The Game Management Authority has announced the 2021 duck hunting season parameters. So we've got the season starting on Wednesday, the 26th of May. It will only last 20 days this year. And hunters will be restricted to a daily bag limit of 2 birds. Also, no hunting the blue-winged shoveler. That's throughout the entire state. And both the grey teal and chestnut teal, you can't hunt them north of the Princess Highway. Dan Straub is the president of the Victorian Duck Hunting Association. Dan Straub, good morning to you. It seems that no one's happy with this duck hunting season. You've got Peter Walsh, for example, saying that it looks like the state government is moving forward little by little with banning the season entirely. Then you've got those who are for animal justice, such as Andy Meddick, saying that there shouldn't be a season at all because there's no water and no birds.
Yes, good morning, Fiona. Thanks for having me on again. All we can really say, and this is on behalf of all duck hunters, is that we are very, very disappointed, and we can't see the justification in this heavily restricted season. We have had excellent rainfall across most of the state of Victoria in the past few months, and duck numbers are abundant. We've had numerous counts done, which I think I've alluded to previously when we spoke a few weeks ago, and there was plenty of ducks around the Victorian swamps and waterways, so it's really unjustified, to be honest, and it really sort of suggests that the submission process that the stakeholders of duck hunting go through to put a submission of recommendations to the GMA is a very flawed process, and the government seemingly year after year have just gone off their own predetermined agenda and have not really listened to the recommendations coming from our hunting organisations and from the GMA process.
You don't think, because there would have been lots of very different applications and recommendations that they received, you don't think they've come to, like a considered outcome here?
Well, I don't really think so. With the process, the VDHA was involved, and there was
Who are they, sorry?
The Victorian Duck Hunting Association.
Okay, sorry,
yep. We're involved in
the group
process.
You're from, yep.
Correct, that's right. Now, there was 4 pro-hunting organisations, and there was 5 anti-hunting organisations that put in a submission to the GMA, and the 4 pro-hunting, the VDHA, the SSAA, the Field and Game, and the Shooting Sports Council all put in a pretty well similar recommendation for a full-length 12-week season and a 10-bird bag limit per day, which, considering all the data presented, should have been granted.
Well, that's data presented by those who are pro-duck hunting. The data and arguments from the other side would have said something different. But nonetheless, shouldn't you be happy to be having a season at all?
Well, we are very happy we do have a season. That is true. We know we can't say we're not. Disappointed in the fact that we're not, as the hunting community, we're not just the ones missing out here. I believe, rural Victoria misses out big time on recommendations like this. The revenue raised through hunting is over $3 million a year from our hunting community. $85 million is generated by duck and quail hunters, and those figures were in 2019. So coming out of the COVID pandemic like we've seen, you would think the hunting tourism would have been a really great spot to start with generating tourism into these small areas that don't normally see tourists other than the duck season.
Well, then other people would say that the focus should be on eco-tourism, but nonetheless, there's arguments on both sides for and against. Can I talk about the 2-bird limit? You said you put in a recommendation for 10 ducks per bag, but is it worth even going out if you can only take 2 ducks with you?
Well, that is one of the main issues, Fiona. I am encouraging all duck hunters to get out and participate. but it really is a deterrent for people that have to travel, and even our older hunters. And it seems to be this process is death by 1,000 lashes. It seems to be premeditated, and every year they're taking more and more offers to deter the hunting community from taking part. So with the 2-bag limit, I myself will be out every day of the season as I normally am, but it will deter lots of people from taking part, which is a real shame. People anticipate, look forward to, plan for duck season. Every year they arrange their holidays around it. They talk to their mates that they might only see a couple of times a year solely to go hunting. And the mental and physical aspects of hunting has been well documented, but the mental and physical aspects of not having hunting is really going to be detrimental to our hunting community. And we are a group of people that legally take part in this way of life. It's, people call it a recreational sport. I call it a way of life. It's a lifestyle. It's how we harvest our food, and it is it is a legitimate cultural tradition.
You don't think, you say you legally obviously adhere to the rules, but you don't think others simply won't with this limit of 2 birds?
That is always a risk.
We can't shoot more, leave the carcasses there, make off with just 2, but having shot many more.
Yeah, that is an opinion that most people might have, but I think moving forward, we've got to get back to the point of we are always compliant. There's always a few bad eggs, like we've mentioned previously, Fiona, but what we're calling for, what the VDHA is calling for today, is for the Minister for Agriculture, Mary-Ann Thomas, to reconsider what she presented on Saturday and give us hunters, give rural towns and rural communities the chance to benefit from what hunting brings to small country towns.
All right, we must move on, but thank you very much for joining us this morning. Dan Straub is President of the Victorian Duck Hunting Association.